Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and this time we got a random repack from MJ Holdings of Yu-Gi-Oh! My only time opening Yu-Gi-Oh! So far. My friend's boyfriend plays it, and I consider him a friend at least, so I'm like, let's do it once. Wal-mart expanded the card section, so they have stuff like this in Fulton. My local-ish place. So I got it. It's 25 cards plus a rare card. It's packaged by MJ Holdings. They do most of the stuff for Wal-mart, Target, Kmart, that kind of stuff. I will not know these cards at all because I watched the older anime for this. So, barely watched any of the 5Ds or anything that came after the Yu-Gi-Oh! Base one. Not the Season 0, though. I watched some of that too. So, let's see. Is that considered a fool? Because I don't consider that a fool at all. Counting them just to make sure. 8, 9, 22, 23, 24, 25. Really? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, I miscounted. There we go. So that is the foil. What? That is not a foil. Anyway, I'll show you the full one last. It's not a foil in my opinion. But then again, I don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works, so there you go. Mistaken accusation. If your opponent has more total cards in their hand and their side of the field than you do, target one face-up card on the field. Neither player can activate cards with that name or their effects for the rest of the duel except that target. You can only activate one mistaken accusation per turn. Next card is Bird of Paradise Lost. This card gains 100 attack and defense for each tuner monster in your graveyard. Once per turn, you can send one tuner monster from your hand to the graveyard, then exile one monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. It has an attack of 2,700, defense of 1,500. I do understand a little bit about this game because I did play one duel. If y'all watched some of my other videos, there was one. But that's all I've played. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like chess, whereas Magic is checkers, as someone put it. Which I can see it to some extent because Magic has the limits of mana, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a little bit different. Anyway, doesn't really matter. At this moment, next card is Prefer Mage Flame Eater. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would inflict damage to you, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Prefer Mage monsters, and also special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, make that effect damage to you 0. If summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is normal or special summoned, each player takes 500 damage. It has attack of 1,200, defense 1,600. Look at it, it's so happy, and that's the other eyeball is creepy. Next is, I don't know how to say this name, so I'm just going to say it how I want. DD Savant Nicola. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except for DD monsters. I don't understand it. This effect cannot be negated. Once per turn, you can discard one DDD monster, then target one level 6 or lower DD monster you control. It gains 2,000 attack and defense until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field, which, I don't know how you say it. There's a slash between the D's. I just don't know if you say slash or if you say something else. I don't know. If this card's in the pendulum zone, is destroyed, you can target one triple D monster you control, return it to your hand, and if you do, place up to two DD pendulum monsters from your extra deck in your pendulum zones, but they cannot activate their pendulum effects this turn. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. Savant. Attack and defense are both 2,000. My god. I don't understand this at all, by the way. Oh, there's another one like that. I hate reading it already. Performable Camel Up. During your main phase, you can target one face-up monster you control. The monsters your opponent currently controls lose 800 defense until end of turn. And if they do, if the targeted monster attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. These effects remain even if this card leaves the field, and if this card is destroyed by battle, you can make the monster that destroyed this card lose 800 attack, and it has 800 attack and 1800 defense. Next card is Backup Rider. Target one face-up monster on the field. It gains 1500 attack until the end of this turn. The Kaiju Files. Each time a Kaiju monster is special summoned from the hand and or graveyard, place one Kaiju counter on this card, max of 5. Once per turn, you can target one Kaiju monster on the field, destroy that monster, and then special summon one Kaiju monster with a different original name from your deck to its controller's field. You can send this card with 3 or more Kaiju counters to the graveyard and add one Kaiju spell trap card from your deck to your hand, except the Kaiju Files. Dunno. I'm just thinking X-Files, to tell you the truth. Next card is Digital Bug Web Soldier. Well, Soldier, sorry. My brain said go ahead and say it anyway. It cannot be used as an XYZ material for an XYZ summon, except for the XYZ summon of an insect-type monster. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster you control. Change it to the defense position, and if you do, special summon one level 3 insect-type monster from your hand in defense position. An XYZ monster that was special summoned using this card on the field as XYZ material gains this effect. If it is XYZ summoned, the defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls becomes 0. Also change them to defense position. It has attack of 500 and defense of 1500. Next card is Deskbot Base. I can't English today. All Deskbot monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can reveal any number of Deskbot cards in your hand and shuffle them into the deck. Then draw the same number of cards. You can banish 9 Deskbot cards with different names from your field and or graveyard, except Deskbot Base. Shuffle all cards from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard into the deck. The deck. The deck. Whose deck are we talking about now? Let's see. Good. Whatever. Someone explain this card to me. I don't know if it's horrible wording, if I'm just stupid. It's probably the second one, by the way, or something else. Hey! I'm thinking about band now. Fortissimo. Once per turn, you can target one Melodious monster you control. It gains 800 attack until your next standby phase, even if this card leaves the field. You can send this card to the graveyard. Fusion summon one Melodious fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials. I like this card already because it makes me think of band when I was in high school. Next card is Protector with Eyes of Blue. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 1 Light Tuner monster from your hand. You can target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand. You can only use the effect of Protector with Eyes of Blue once per turn, and it has attack of 800, defense of 1300. Because isn't Yu-Gi-Oh! The one where there is like no standard rotation? Like, no matter how old the card is, you can still use it. Next card is Wind Up Honeybee. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Wind Up monster from your deck. It has attack of 100 and defense of 300. Because that's kind of nice, but at the same time, you would think that would make it harder to compete. You know, since, if there's an older card you can put into combo really good, I ain't gonna have it. You know what I mean? but that's beside the point. Next card is Dimension Gate. When this card is activated, target one monster you control. Banish that target face up. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can send this face-up card on the field to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon the monster banished by this card's effect. I think I understand what that meant. Ooh, the next one's pretty. I think it's Aurora Wing. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card and face-up attack position. You can only use the effect of Aurora Wing once per turn, and it has attack of 1200, defense 1600. I think it's pretty, if nothing else. Next is Herald. I told you I can't English. Heraldic Beast Eel. What? If you control two or more heraldic beast monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. It has attack of 1000, defense of 1800. I would like to say I was in speech therapy as I was younger. I don't know what happened, but essentially they kicked me out of it. I mean, it wasn't like I was unruly or anything. I don't know what happened there. I don't remember because it was so long ago. But I was never a horrible kid. I mean, I'm not saying I was a good kid, because, we all have our days as kids, adults. It don't matter our age, we're going to have our days. Oh, God, another pendulum. I hate reading these. Now it's Performapal Shell Crab. Once per turn, when a Performapal... Oh, Performapal! I get it now. I'm slow sometimes. Monster you control is destroyed by battle. You can target one Performapal or Odd Eyes card in your Pendulum Zone. Special summon it. Once per turn, you can target one Pendulum monster you control. It gains 300 attack for each Performapal monster you currently control until the end of this turn. It has attack of 500 and defense of 2500. That's pretty good. Or at least it used to be. I tried to get into it a little back long time ago, probably 2000 or before. Who knows? I don't know when this card game out. Card game. 96 it says copyright, but they don't tell me nothing. So I don't know whether the card game came first, the anime, or the manga. I don't. I would like to see Magic Gathering manga. It's not going to happen, but I want it. Anyway, next card is Mask Ninja Ibisu. All I can think of is Naruto right now. Once per turn, if you control a face-up ninja monster other than Mask Ninja Ibisu, you can activate this effect. Return a number of your opponent's spell trap cards to the hand equal to the number of ninja monsters you control. Also, every face-up go or goy, it's GOE, that's all I know. The Gallant Ninja you control can attack your opponent directly this turn. I like that. Attack of 1200, defense of 1800. That's kind of nice, to tell you the truth. In my opinion, I mean, compared to actual cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's probably not, but I don't know that many Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Next card is Triamid Dancer, which looks interesting. Once per turn, you can target one Triamid card in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. And if you do, all rock-type monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you can target one Triamid field spell card in your field zone, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, activate one Triamid field spell card from your deck with a different name. This is a quick effect. I assume that means the same thing as instant in Magic the Gathering? I hope so, because if not, I have no clue. Attack of 600 with defense of 1900. Next card is Mecha Sea Dragon Plesion. If you control a face-up Sea Serpent type monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Once per turn, you can tribute one water monster to target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy that target. It has attack of 2300 and defense of 1800. I should tell that friend that, hey, I want to play you and just play find some random cards to shove in with these and see how bad it goes. Horribly. Oh, hurry up, please. I'll forget what to do. Next card is Paleozoic Hallucigenia. Okay, sorry. I was going to say something wrong, so I had to. Target one face-up monster on the field. Its attack and defense become half its current attack and defense until the end of turn. Once per chain. Chain? 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 Anyway, when a trap card is activated while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card as a normal monster, Aqua type, Water, level 2, attack 1200, defense 0. This card is not treated as a trap card at that point. If summoned this way, this card is unaffected by monster effects. Also banish it when it leaves the field. Which makes sense. It's interesting, at least. Nomadic Force. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you contribute summon this card to... you contribute this card to target one face-down defense position monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. It has attack of 1700 and defense of 1000. See, here's one thing I'd like to say. I think Magic has better art. I mean, not saying this art's bad, it's just I prefer Magic's art. But maybe that's just the stylistic differences between the two games. I don't know. Not that this art's bad. I mean, it's not like I look at it and I'm like, oh, no. No, I'm just like, it's there. But that's my personal opinion. Next card is Cosmo Delta Shuttle. Once per turn, you can send one Cosmo monster from your deck to the graveyard and target one face-up monster on the field. It loses attack and defense equal to the sent monster's attack, sends monster's level times 100. If this card is destroyed by battle or a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one level 4 or lower Cosmo monster from your deck, and it has attack and defense of 2000. Next card is the Nimble Majestic Sea Flap Flap, otherwise known as Nimble Manta. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon any number of Nimble Manta from your deck. Is there a limit to how many Nimble Mantas I can have in my deck? Don't think if you say there isn't a limit, I wouldn't put 40 of them in a deck. I want to do that with Relentless Rats in Magic. But I bet there's some type of limit. But anyway, attack of 800 with defense of 100. I never said it was a good card, but I would just be like, Majestic Sea Flap Flap everywhere. Just everywhere. Yes, I'm 2-year-old. Next card is Georgia. I don't know, change. Target 2 or more Georgiano monsters with different names in your graveyard. Special summon them. Immediately after this card resolves, XYZ summon one XYZ monster using all of the summoned monsters, but no other monsters as materials. You can only activate one Georgia change per turn. I don't fully understand XYZ summons, so yeah, I live under a rock. Hey, I like this next card by just looking at the picture. I never said I didn't like some of the art. Enemy Controller. Select and activate one of these effects. Change the battle position of one face-up monster your opponent controls, or attribute one monster. Select one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. Controller. Okay. Now finally to show y'all what, well, read, and then show you what NJ Holdings considers a Yu-Gi-Oh! Foil. Which, okay, tell you the truth, I know there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards with more foil than this on it. But anyway, High Speedroid Hagoida. It's Synchro Effect, which it says one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. During each player's turn, you contribute this card. Increase the levels of all monsters currently on the field by 1 until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to your graveyard and you control a Speedroid tuner monster, you can special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except wind monsters. You can only use the effect of High Speedroid Hagoida once per turn, and it has attack of 2000, defense of 1000. Do you see the shiny? It's the name. Why is that considered a foil? Because, I mean, I used to have cards, which I'll probably give to said friend, that this part was foil. I consider that foil. Of course, maybe that's considered like limited foil. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this random repack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I hope you enjoyed it. Now you know if you want to buy it or not to some extent. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.